Hello everyone and welcome to another high-elo game of Age of Empires. Today we're sitting back in our chair in a bit of a food coma after we found a particularly delicious recipe for some bolognese, and we are ready to watch Overtaken playing as the Red Chinese take on FreakinAndy playing as the Green Burgundians. Now while the players herd their herdables, explore their immediate surroundings, and try to go up to Feudal gobble gobble as fast as possible, let's take a look at the Civ matchup we'll be watching today. Now, the Chinese are an incredibly versatile, well-rounded civilization with strong economic bonuses and a very diverse tech tree, which basically mean anyone playing the Chinese has a number of different options to go for in terms of their military. To start with, though, all Chinese technologies get progressively cheaper, starting in feudal all the way up to 30% cheaper in imperial. Their farms start with 10% more food. Their town centers host 10 population space compared to the usual 5, and you hit the ground running with 3 extra villagers at the beginning of the game, although that does come at the cost of 200 food, and 50 wood. Now, to help defend your settlement against any kind of raid, Chinese Town Center comes with extra line of sight, giving you a lot more time to garrison your villagers to defend them, and your walls and towers can actually be upgraded to get 30% more HP. On the field of battle, the Chinese can field all top-of-the-line infantry units, although without supplies, you might have to get ready to pay a little bit extra for your two-handed swordsmen and your champions. Their foot archers and skirmishers are also quite strong, excuse me, especially if you mix in their unique unit into the composition. I am, of course, talking about the Chukanu. This is a foot archer that fires multiple arrows and can be upgraded to get even more attack. Now, while the Chinese cavalry roster is not much to write home about, their siege can be a pain in the ass to deal with, since the Chinese can upgrade their scorpions to have a massive +4 attack boost. Now, opposite our Chinese in red, we've got FreakinAndy playing as the Green Burgundians, a very quirky, oddball civilization with some of the most interesting and, I'll say it right now, crazy features and upgrades in the game. Militarily, the Burgundian army does focus on its cavaliers, its cavalry units. It is the only civilization in the game where you have access to cavaliers in Castle Age. And its unique unit, the Coustelier, which I will pronounce Coustelier because I just absolutely cannot keep saying Coustelier over and over again, is overall a medium cavalry shock unit that has a charge attack where every 40 seconds, a massive over 20 attack is added to its range. Now, to support their cavalry on the field of battle, Burgundian gunpowder units come with extra attack, and they actually do have access to a second unique unit, the Flemish Militia. This is an infantry unit very similar in some ways to a champion, but with a pretty decent attack bonus against cavalry. Now, if that's still not enough military for you, if the bloodlust has descended on you and you just want to absolutely overwhelm your opponent Goth style, know that there is an ability by the Burgundians to conscript their entire civilian population and turn each and every one of these villagers into a Flemish militiaman and allow even more militias to be built out of their town centers, basically taking your entire civilian population minus fishing ships to 0 and making it almost all, or rather all if you don't have any fishing ships, for example on a map like Arabia, into military supply. Your entire population. Now, in order to pay for this huge Burgundian war machine, their stable techs are cheaper, their relics generate food in addition to gold, all economic upgrades are available 1 age earlier and cost 1/3 less food, and their farmers can actually be upgraded to generate a small amount of gold while they till their fields. Now, overall, 2 very impressive civilizations in terms of the diversity of play, the strong economic bonuses, and just the overall fun you can have with them. Let's take a look at where the players have spawned, see if we can notice any discernible advantage or disadvantage for any player. Overtaken, okay to wall off here to the east of his base, but the south of the north completely open. Primary gold nice and secure in a side position, not too far off campus. Primary stone a little bit further off campus, a little bit more further front facing rather. Our Green Burgundian completely open to the north, the west, and the south. To the east also. Basically, FreakinAndy has spawned in a very freaking open map. His primary gold, though, nice and secure in the back. Primary stone a little bit off to the side in a very interesting T-shape just like the primary stone of his opponent. So overall, I would give the base advantage here to nobody. I think red spawning with 3 forests nearby is at an advantage over Andy, who has only really 2. Third one very far away, but Andy with the secure gold, whereas our Chinese, the gold is a little bit away on the side, and if right next to a hill also. So if his enemy decides to take possession of that hill, could potentially spell trouble for Overtaken if the game gets to that stage. Now, while I've been talking, both players have reached feudal on the back of 19 to 21 villagers, and stable going down for our green Burgundian immediately. And now we've got a bit of a cavalry chase. Our Burgundian scout bruised and battered, but no less bruised and battered is our Chinese scout. Let's see what Overtaken has seen of his opponent's base, seen the wall off, so he, with the positioning of the gold and the direction of the wall off, he can kind of guess where the rest of the base is, which is exactly why he's doubling back and heading to see even more. Freaking Andy, what has he seen? He's seen the berries, he's seen the houses, he's seen that there's a dark, kind of looks like a comma, a reverse comma, like kind of looks like South America shaped dead zone here in the middle. And he's also going back to discover more, moving forward with a spearman. We'll see what that spearman can do. Not a lot, to be honest, but might annoy the hell out of his opponent and might be able to get another scout cavalry, or rather a scout cavalry. Kill count so far 0 to 0. No big engagements just yet at the 11-minute mark. Players have disengaged. Let's look at what our red Chinese is building. He's got himself a stable, and that is it. No secondary structure just yet. Is defending the north of his realm with a scout and a spear. The spearman from Andy to the south. What has Andy built? Also just one structure, it looks like, and also just a stable. Okay, we'll see what that is exactly for. I say the Chinese cavalry roster is not something to write home about. So, of course, our player playing Chinese immediately puts up a stable, going for scout cavalry. That is a huge investment in food. 3 spearmen, probably for a defensive positioning. Interesting play here by Overtaken. I mean, you know my opinion about these big, attempts by players to carve out chunks of the map. I mean, this is fantastic. Take a look at the size. I'm going to zoom out, so apologies to anyone on a smaller screen. Look at the size of the territory that Overtaken is carving out for himself. The problem is, how the hell is he going to defend it? If this southern tip comes under attack, this villager will eventually go home. What if this part comes under attack? How the hell is he going to defend that? This villager running very far away to the lumberjacking here to the north, as is this villager. So, on the one hand, fantastic to take out these big chunks of map. I mean, my God, he's continuing his Great Wall of China wall off. That probably would have been more clever to say the Great Wall off of China. But he's taking control of, what, 1/6 of the map? The question is, how the hell are you going to defend this? The answer is he does not intend to. He intends to put on the pressure. Scout moving out, supported by 3 spearmen, 2 scouts back home. Okay, right as I say that, the spearmen double back. Not that green is putting on that much aggression just yet. More and more individual units streaming around the map. This scout with 3 HP is still alive. Military supply 7 to 5. Villager count 30 to 32. Not a huge advantage for any player particularly. Let's take a look at the resources. Andy's starting to bank 500 food, a good amount of gold as well. His opponent also 500 food about, and a bit less gold, although the building of a mining camp suggests that Overtaken with these 5 villagers is about to start improving and excelling in the gold extraction process here. We'll see what these scout cav can do. For now, they're taking a very wide angle. Has he explored this part of the map? He has already explored this part of the map. I'm not too sure why he's taking such a wide avenue to get to Green's base. Maybe to avoid the spearman, who now runs into 3 of his compatriots from the other civilization. These scouts need to run away, especially the one with the lower HP. Are you the 3 HP scout? Yes, you are. Spearman continuing. Okay, so you know what? Overtaken. Not a bad idea to take that big chunk of the map, because especially now, being the one putting on the aggression, I mean, there's green dots all over the map. If they consolidate and attack Overtaken's base, that's one thing. But for now, it doesn't really seem like they want to. Scouts trying their darndest to avoid these spearmen. 5 spearmen coming out for our green Burgundian, who is rushing up the castle a full, what, 50 seconds, 40 seconds ahead of his opponent. So both players, having banked the resources, are now going up. Although, not a lot of military production just yet. Red, Overtaken, a secondary wall-off of structures. We'll see if he's afraid of counter-raiding or if he just plans on putting on so much aggression that he wants as big as buffer as possible between the outside world and his base. Let's see what this villager decides to build. Still a big hammer in his hand. 500 wood suggests to me that he can build anything the hell he wants. Scout moving forward, 3 HP. Scout trying to attack this house. Unfortunately for him, has he seen the southern tip of Red's base? No. I wonder if Andy thinks that because there's a forest here, it extends all the way to the end. Would probably do well to explore that. And now the scouts, the spears that were in the north, are now in the south. Have managed to move through, but they're being chased away. They will luckily run, chance upon a town center being built, so he will see the second. What he won't see, though, is the third town center being built by FreakinAndy as well, who is now getting squires, forging, heavy plow. He wants more food so that he can build more infantry. Although, right as I say that, the first knight comes out. The caster's curse, or maybe it's just my curse, excuse me. I'm going to mute the microphone for one very quick second while I take a nice drink of water. As I said, in a bit of a food coma after an absolutely delicious lunch. And just give me 1 second, I'll be right back. And we are back. A chase here in the middle of the map. Spear on spear violence. Economic upgrades going up for both players. Light cav being researched for our Chinese, who is now also pumping out his own knight, although the knight does take one annoying swipe here by the spearman. Turns around and says, bro, you're messing with me? Really? You mess with me? I'm a knight, you're a spearman. Kills the spearman, but not before taking 70% damage to his HP. This green army in full HP. Villager count, our Burgundians starting to slowly overtake our red Chinese, although Chinese building 45 villagers. Our Burgundian also 45 villagers once this current production cycle is up. Scouts, a knight in the very edge of the map. Wall off still. Sorry, I meant to click this and see if still undiscovered here. 2 monasteries going up for our green Burgundian. He must expect a lot of knights out of our Chinese. Instead, what he's going to find is 5 light cavalry who can very easily and very quickly snipe these monks. Take a look at their, I don't know why it took me to that part of the map. Take a look at the +10 attack against monks. That is absolutely filthy. These monks die so quickly. Sanctity being researched for our green Burgundian. Does he have any monks out on the map? Where are they? Okay, one was bringing... Look how quickly they snipe them. Unfortunately for him, Sanctity has not kicked in. Still only 30 HP compared to the 15 that it's going to add. Rather, 45 that they'll have once Sanctity adds 15. Okay. Siege Workshop being placed in a very forward position. Okay, now he's going to run forward, discover, hey, I'm the one who's actually going knights, so there is a monk ready to counter me. No doubt going for the relic, although it does look like another monk tried to get this relic and died. Gets the relic, not yet turning around to go home. Light cav protecting this relic, knowing that monks are coming. Oh, this is going to be an absolute amazing catch here for Overtaken if he can get both monks. But remember, their line of sight is just ridiculous. They will see this light cav a mile away. We'll see. Will the convert go down? Oh, look at this monk trying to body block. Oh my goodness, I thought for sure he would get one monk. Instead, the body blocking monk here, MVP monk, manages to get just that extra millisecond of time for his compadre to convert that light cav. Brilliant play here out of FreakinAndy. Oh my god, how many of us have ever seen a monk body blocking for another monk against the light cav, and both of those monks surviving to tell the tale? 6 monks coming out of a Burgundian. He wants to make an issue of it. Pikeman upgrade as well. Where are his 9 spearmen? They are in clumps all over the map. here to the south as well. Has he seen this relic? Is that why? Okay, so maybe he suspects that there's some cavalry here, just like there was in the north. But in 5 seconds, oh, fervor coming up as well. So where are the monks? They're going to move 15% faster from 0.6, or rather 0.7 to 0.8, I believe, in terms of speed. Jaguar enters the chat, trying to chase these pikemen. 3 break off. Oh, those absolutely guttural animal sounds are just a pleasure to the ear. Okay, 2 light cav attempting, rather converts on light cavs attempted here by green. Very decentralized battle here. Units taking wide angles away from each other. Now we got a bit of a fracas here. Monks being caught out by pike. Oh, man. And now it's Overtaken's turn to show us his monk micro. 1 monk does die. Was not able. I thought for a second he would be able to heal the other monk. Oh, no. And now 2 monks go down for the price of 1 pikeman. Although, right as I say that... No, never mind. Reinforcements came in. Reinforcements died. Monk takes a poke to the back. Falls, hands out, and dies as well. But we've got our first castle up for red, our first castle up for green. Any Custeliers, any Chukanus? Yes, 1 Custelier. Take a look at this, plus 21 attack charged up. So the first hit he does is going to be at 29. 29 attack on this unit. A quintessential hit and run. Attack, run away, wait for this meter. You'll see the white line underneath him to go up to the top again, or refill, whatever you want to say it, and then attack again. But we'll see whether that's how he decides to use it. For now, an incredibly aggressive, wow, an incredibly aggressive town center here out of freaking Andy. He's sitting 4 town centers to his opponent's 4 as well, trying to teeth this contested stone pile that's close to his opponent's. Or this might even be the Overtaken secondary stone, to be honest. Light Cav trying to bust his way in through this house. Villagers under attack by monks. To the south, we've got an outpost seeing everything and anything that Overtaken will be able to do. Okay, and now, I did not see the redemption upgrade being researched, but apparently it has been, because green is converting this house. And now this house is green. We'll see if he keeps it. We'll see if he deletes it. Up to Imperial, both players. Overtaken 40 seconds again ahead of his opponent. Crossbows are out, should be able to zone out these monks. But 2 houses converted here. Oh, man. Another very aggressive castle out of freaking Andy. Another aggressive town center. He wants all the stone in the world. Freaking Andy going for that stone. How many villagers? For now, 0, because they're building a town center. But unbeknownst to him, I shouldn't say unbeknownst to him, because he's got a fantastically placed outposts here. What is happening? Okay, I guess the villagers had to move out of the way, but this outpost sees everything. I'm absolutely shocked that Overtaken is building this right in sight of this outpost. 15 army supply going up to 22 arbalests. I was going to say crossbows, but might as well just say arbalests. The upgrade finishes. Thumb ring, bracer, chemistry. My goodness, these are going to attack on they're going to have a very strong attack. Let's put it like that. What is our green Burgundian building? Continues to build nothing at the moment. He's got quite an array of army here. He's got a Custelier, a knight, a light cav, monks, a pike. Getting that cavalier upgrade, although in Imperial could have gotten that in castle. A bunch of economic upgrades, iron casting, barding armor, chemistry. So he wants to improve. Why chemistry? Oh, okay. All right. Leave it up to him. Villager's going to come under attack. Arbalest not too super scared of mangonels. They can take a shot to the face. Although I guess not a direct hit, rather. But oh man, this mangonel. Did he get the friendly fire as well? Yes, he did. He got that one a light cav. I mean, Andy is investing significantly into resources. The problem for him, he doesn't really have a cohesive army, right? He's got 3 knights in the production tab, which are going to be cavaliers. Husbandry and barding armor going up for those as well. Now they're cavaliers. Chemistry, I guess. He's got no archer units, really. Bombard cannon, okay. I mean, again, Andy's army here is quite, I'm going to call it ragtag. Let's put it like that. Not one unit particularly overwhelming, whereas Overtaken's army is 32 arbalests, and he is now pushing in through the south here. Double gate, double wall off here. Not sure that's going to last a very long time. Not sure why Red isn't attacking this green town center. He knows it's there, right? Yeah, he knows it's there. But he's under attack right now also from 3 trebuchets and a catapult. Catapult missing that shot. Needs to do better in terms of attack round. Convert going down. Continuing to do attack round for some bizarre reason here. Mangonel derping out. Will he get this? No, he will not. But does he care? Oh my god, what an absolute slaughter of villagers here. 26, 27, 29, 30 kills. But the castle does go up. I don't know who wins in this trade here. Are you kidding me? So many villagers, and the Trebs are right hot on the tail of those arbalests, so they will show up. But Cavaliers now inside the base. These 2 converted houses still standing. He didn't even need to bust this wall off. He could have just deleted these houses. In any event, green expanding out over the map to the north. Red expanding to the south. Bombard cannon trying to zone out these arbalests. Finally gets the outpost. Finally gets his opponent's vision. Has he seen this one? No, he is not. And take a look at the vision that this outpost is giving him. Amazing vision. Another juicy line of villagers potentially ripe for the killing. And in come the Cavaliers. What are their upgrades? +2, +2 arbalests. +4, very weak defensive upgrades. Paladin. Okay. So with 3 Cavaliers, 4 Cavaliers in total, this is the moment Andy decides to invest in the Paladin upgrade. Let's see how many stables he's got. Apologies to everyone. I'm going to zoom out all the way. 4 stables only. So I'm not too sure about that Paladin upgrade. It is an expensive upgrade. But I don't know that he necessarily has enough units. And with only 4 stables producing 4 Cavaliers or even Paladins at a time, might be too little too late here. Although, take a look at army supply. Red, basically 3 to 4 times ahead. Did he convert the blacksmith? He converted the blacksmith. Freaking Andy here. Okay, converted houses will get taken out. Looks like the offensive pressure here by our green Burgundian has ended. He is building bombard cannons, which should be able to zone out. Oh god, they're so gross when they hit. Oh, gotta get another hit. But light cap, 4 of them will be able to take this guy out. But in come the Paladins. This Treb is dead. Arbalests need to hit and run, kite all the live long day. Another Treb goes down, another Treb goes down. 4 Trebs are dead. Oh my goodness, what an absolute terrible loss here for our red Chinese. Although did manage to get a good amount of, I think, Paladins? Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't. He may have not gotten that many at all. 53 army supply to 23, but 16 of that is Paladins. Camels coming out from our Chinese, although immediately canceled. Not sure if he wants to go that route. It's going to take a while to invest in the upgrades to get those guys up and running. Perhaps pikemen instead. He's building 16 pike. These 2 light cav, 0 kills to their name. They are on a mission of exploration because they just skipped killing these 6 villagers. Where is his Treb? I mean, red is pushing back. The problem for red is if green decides to just conglomerate his army into one death ball, I don't think there's really anything red can do about this. Even with 5 pikemen, what are their upgrades? +2, +1. Ugh. And now the Paladins get rid of that unit. The bombard cannon continuing its massacre of arbalests. 6 kills on this guy. Manages to survive with 1 HP. Oh my god, all the light cav sent to kill him have died. He continues to kill even more arbalests. And now these arbalests are in trouble. There's a shit ton more of them, but Paladins, not exactly an easy unit to take down with 7 pierce armor for a unit that attacks on a 10. I mean, that's 3 damage a shot. Absolutely no bonus against these Paladins. 3 damage a shot to take out 160 HP is 50 something. 53, 54 shots? Oh, these arbalests are in trouble. These Paladins are just going to smoke and roll over everything. Hello, these 2 Okay, they have managed to amass 10 kills. Where's the wood line? Looks like he did manage to take care of this wood line. I see a few bodies here on the ground. But the problem for our Chinese player is that he needs to get into camels. He needs to get into pike. He needs to get into something other than arbalests. Because 14 arbalests against 21 paladins, we all know how that song ends. That being said, Red is losing a lot of static defense. He lost his town center. He lost the castle. He lost another to the other town center that was down here. Not too sure he wants to retreat. Maybe, does he have any monks left? Where are the monks? They're inside the castle. Get them close to the paladins. Have them heal them up. Yesterday, Elite Skirmisher going down wants to zone out the arbalests, but little does he know, Red is no longer producing arbalests. Red is going full camel slash halberdier. Strengthening his buildings with masonry. More and more red units streaming into the map. We'll keep an eye on those, see what kind of damage, what kind of no good they can get up to. Oh no, don't throw away your camels like this. Not into castle fire. This is an absolute throw of units here by Red. Although it does manage to get a good amount of paladins, but again, paladins just so damn tanky. Where are the bombard cannons? One moving forward. Oh, another juicy hit, and Green with his stronger army. Green with the army that's being healed by these monks, or rather monk singular. Oh my god, the HP on these paladins is terrible. He shouldn't be out here with them. Will he lose the bombard cannon? Will he lose the monk? Does lose the bombard cannon. Finally, monk a juicy target as well. These light cav. 1, 2, one more. Oh, so close to getting the monk is that red light cavalry. And now Red is chasing in, but he's chasing in with weak as shit units. How are the upgrades on these halberdiers? Okay, finally fully upgraded. But even halberdiers against paladins, especially when you're outnumbered. But take a look at the HP on the paladins. It's down 500 HP. It's a little bit over half. Oh, and now he discovers this mining colony to the north. Does Overtaken. Good find by him. What's the villager count? Overtaking very much in the villager lead. Very much in the army supply lead. FreakinAndy struggling to get above 160 population supply. And now Red is moving in. Absolute shocker that Andy is not healing up these paladins. I think it was about 2 or 3 weeks ago I cast a video where I was talking about how Hera is notorious for babysitting his units in the sense of healing them up. I mean, these paladins should go to the Trebs. The Trebs are undefended. Castle is on the high ground, so should be harder to kill, but not when it's built with so little HP. Immediately goes down, but good catch here by Red. Clears out the entire mining line here, continuing to be annoying here, continuing to be annoying in the back. FreakinAndy is just being pushed back on all fronts. Economic military is being backstabbed. Finally does get rid of the red dots, let's call them, that are harassing the back of his base. But Red still 56 army supply. Andy finally getting up a good army quantity. 38 pike against camels do pretty damn well. And income, are they fresh? What's their HP? Still terrible HP on these, down about 25%, although with the high ground should be pretty good at taking out whatever the hell Red is throwing at him. Red is going full trash mode at the moment. One solitary Chukanu, 2 camels, a bunch of light cav and halberdiers. These skirmishers shelling away from the hill are being, they can get rid of these halberdiers quite easily, but Green should not be engaging here. Trying to delay so that this castle can go up. Defensive castle by Red. He does not want to cede control of this gold and this stone that's in this area, but this castle, more and more villagers. 9 villagers, put them inside. He can't now. Oh my goodness, what an absolute crazy battle. This bombard cannon trying to do what? Trying to take away the Treb advantage here. Oh, was right about to shoot, does lose it. And now army supply is basically even. Oh my goodness, 106 villagers though to 142. FreakinAndy is in trouble. And there you have it. There you have it. Has a good amount of resources in the bank. Would have loved to see the Flemish Revolution Would have loved to see 106 villagers become 106 Flemish militia, but such is the game. He walled himself off to the south. Great move here by Andy. Unfortunately for him, his center position was pushed back. His mining was pushed back. And this, he must have taken so much stone. Let's take a look at the resources. Yeah, take a look at that. 4,000 stone to 27. With the extra relic gold, does manage to mine a little bit more gold than his opponent, but falling far behind in the trash resources, about 1,000 less wood and about 6,500 less food. Let's look at converts. Not that many. 9 and 1 convert to the enemy. 143 light cav, 71 paladins. Kill count nice and juicy for such a short game. 350 kills. No doubt in part because of these 71 paladins. 289 kills by our red Chinese. Although remember, basically half of that, or a little bit less than half, is villager kills, which is exactly what he needed to do to stop that Burgundian economy from getting up and running and continuing to pump out units at full speed ahead. What an absolute fun game, from building converts to, you know, wall offs to stop from raiding to the introduction of paladins, although freaking Andy not really clumping his paladins in one big death ball. Would have done well maybe to sacrifice a few buildings, a few castles. I don't think he needed to get these castles up that quickly or that, hastily. Wasn't really building Custeliers out of them, was instead focusing on paladins. And so not too sure what the rush to build castles was. Might have tried to sneak a few villagers here to the north and secured this area for himself. In any event, though, wow, what an absolute fun game. Andy pushing through the north, Overtaken pushing through the south, but with a little pivot in, when was it, around the 35-minute mark, I think? A little pivot of arbalests and trebuchets was able to take out the tip of the spear, let's call it, of Andy's aggression here to the north. And once that town center fell, once the one here, yeah, I think it was here, right? Yeah. Okay, once that town center fell, once that castle that was here fell, freaking Andy was just exposed. And take a look at this. Red was just raiding everywhere, left, right, and center, although 0 kills on these guys. There were other units that were raiding, and Andy pivoting to skirmishers a little bit too late. Would have probably done better to do that earlier, but absolutely love the paladin play out of him. How many relics? 4 relics to 1 for our green Burgundian, who manages to push as hard as he could, but could not push any further. Absolute boss move to leave around a bunch of outposts and spotting houses. I mean, take a look at his vision. Usually when a player is pushed back to their base, they have no vision of the map. And even though he's been pushed back to this part of the map, take a look at his vision here. So absolute baller move out of Andy. Unfortunately proves insufficient. Look at this extension of the Chinese settlement here to the southeast. 8 barracks. At the end of the day, how many stables did he have? Only 6 barracks, only 4 archery ranges, and 2 stables, with the 2 that were here being lost. So freaking Andy not exactly able to get his production up. We saw that he was going up to Paladin on the back of 4 stables when your opponent had, what, 30 arbalests. You need to get more stables. He's had the wood for it. What he didn't have is the gold, or essentially the time. And so with that, Overtaken steamrolls him to the south, pivots him temporarily, let's say, to the north, and then pushes into the middle as well. Freaking Andy trying to plop down emergency castles left, right, and center. Unfortunately, these trebs, uncontested, by the way. And freaking Andy just blows his bankroll on a huge amount of paladins. Again, 71 paladins, which did an absolute fantastic job. Unfortunately for him, their HP just kept being chipped away at over and over and over again, until finally they couldn't last any longer in battle. They died, and with their death, so died freaking Andy's dream of winning this game. Overtaken takes the big W, but GG to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.